The goal today is to teach you haircuts can be simple. So we're going to start off by saturating or wetting our client's hair because we're going to be sectioning off the top from the sides. And now we're going to go from the crown to where the hair naturally splits in the recession area, and we're going to pin up that top section. Now he's going to be wearing kind of a curly textured fringe, and we're going to be fading up the side. So I just want to get this hair out the way so we don't cut off, any unwanted hair. Now we're going to come to the other side, and as you can see, I'm not forcing where I part the hair. I'm letting it fall where it wants and pinning it up as so, because if you force the hair to pin up or hold somewhere where it doesn't naturally sit, when it's washed and kind of in a relaxed state, you'll have hairs that look misplaced or sticking up. And now for the fade, we're going to come in with our 2-guard open, and we're just going to be debulking and giving us a nice clean canvas to fade. And I'm using my comb kind of as a guard to stop so I don't go up too high. And now we're going to establish our bald line. So we're going to come in with our trimmer at the end of the eyebrow, scoop it around the ear, and then you'll see me go towards the back of the head to establish how low it will drop. And now we'll just connect those. And you want to be sure that this guideline kind of complements the client's head shape, falls in a nice way. That's personally why I like to drop the fade on most haircuts, especially if they're keeping a longer length, just because I feel like it suits the client a little bit better. And something I like to do before getting into a fade is line up the hooks or the arches. And the reason is it just helps me keep track of how dark I'm keeping that area so I don't make it too light. The worst thing is when you do a fade and it's clean and then you go to line up, the hook or the front, and you realize you took the fade too high or made it too light. So lining it up first just helps to ensure that you keep that area dark enough. Now we're going to use our shaver, taking down the bottom. I'm being sure to not go up all the way to the line with the shaver. I'm staying slightly below it. And now we're coming to the other side and doing the same thing. This gives you kind of a better angle, and you want to be sure when you're making that bald line that it's coming towards the back of the head consistently, right? You don't want to have the left side be higher than the right. You want it to be nice and consistent throughout the entire head. And now on the other side, we're doing the same thing. And you'll notice I'm trying to keep that line as natural as I can. I'm not digging into the hair excessively because we don't want to push that area back. And now we're taking it down with the shaver as well. And you'll notice before we really even get into the rest of the haircut, this client's skin turns very red. But after the haircut, it usually goes away within 10 to 20 minutes. But you'll notice in the video the client's skin does turn red, and there's not really much I can do about it. So now we're going to come in with the lever all the way open, and we're going up about 1/4 inch, or like I always say, a finger's width above that bald line. Still maintaining that drop shape that we created. And now to get rid of the line in between, we're going to come in closed and open up that lever little by little until that line is completely gone. Sometimes you'll fade clients or cut clients that, skin can turn really red. And it's not my favorite because I feel like it takes away from the fade. It doesn't allow you to see guidelines as clean. But you got to make it happen with what you have, you know what I'm saying? So now above that, we're grabbing our 1-guard open, doing the same thing. And since we did take it down to a 2 before getting into the fade, as you can see, we're almost at the top of the fade and it's blending pretty nicely into that 2. But we're still going to grab that 1.5 here in a few moments. But that's why I like to take it down first, because it just, instead of me guessing how high I need to go, if I take it down first, I know all I need to do is blend into the 2, and then from the 2, we'll blend into the weight along the parietal ridge. But I'm just working with that 1.5, being sure to not take this 1.5 all the way up to where I stop with the 2. I want to stay slightly below that. Now we're grabbing the half guard with the lever all the way open, and we're working at that last line. And the reason you want to start open is because you can always take more hair off, but if you come in close and take off too much, then you need to raise the whole fade. So you want to start safe with the lever open, and then to lighten up that line, you'll close that lever on the side, notch by notch. And as you can see, this blend is coming together already pretty nicely as we continue to work with this half guard. And now for one of the more challenging parts for most barbers to blend into the bulk, we're going to do some clipper over comb. Now the reason I like to use clipper over comb is because it's efficient. I feel like I have more control, so I'm coming in and scooping out, and any hairs that stick out of the comb where I left off with the 2, I'm going to get rid of with the lever open on my clipper. Now what you could do is, I know I did a 2, so I could work up from the 3, then the 3 to the 4, and then do some scissor over comb. But for me, clipper over comb, I feel like I have more control, and I get to leave as much weight as I feel is needed, as opposed to with the guard, it's gonna cut. It could cut off more than I want, but you could do the guard system as well. And now to really soften up that transition, we're gonna do some thinning shear over comb. Same idea as with clipper over comb. This just kind of gives it more of a soft look and not as harsh. And just like that, we're gonna go to the other side and apply that same exact system. I'm telling you, once you have that system of cutting, you just apply it to a haircut and do it over and over on every hair texture, every hairstyle. At first, it's gonna be a little more challenging to figure out, lever open, one open, so all that type of stuff. But once you got it, it's pretty simple. But if you're also watching this video and you feel like you just want to go a little more in depth, that you tapped out on what you could possibly see on YouTube, I do have an online training program that's a little more focused in, dialed in, where I talk directly with the community members of the group, called Dreclipperhands Academy. So if you want to enroll in my online training program, be sure to tap the link in the bio. Now it is a one-time purchase, so once you purchase the academy, it is yours to keep and access forever. So if that's something you're interested in, tap the link in the description. It is a one-time payment, and all the content in there and all the content that will be added is yours. But on this side, we're still applying that same system. So I did lever open, now I'm at my 1 open. But I want to take a few moments because last video y'all got on me, right? Last video I was talking a little bit more during the tutorial, and you're like, man, Dre, we don't care about what's going on with you. We just want to learn how to cut hair, do a tutorial. Listen, I've been posting tutorials for 6-7 years, right? All you gotta do is go watch every other video but that one, and you will learn. All right, this is my channel, this is my video. If I want to talk and give updates, I could do that. All right, y'all was trolling me, it was funny, but hey, if I want to give y'all updates and talk about what's going on in my life, I'm gonna do that. But today, for you, I'm just gonna teach. All right, I'm just gonna teach. So now we're working with the half guard lever open, and we're closing it little by little. And as you can see, this blend is looking super clean. It's fitting his head shape very nicely, especially once we transition into that weight at the top. And now we're at the clipper over comb. So again, I'm picking up where I left off with the 2 guard, and I'm coming in with that comb and flaring out. And the reason you want to flare out with that comb is because you want to maintain that weight, and if you kind of put it flat against the head, you risk the chance of digging into the hair more than you anticipated or wanted. Now after that, we are going to enhance his vertical bar and arch area, just to give it a little extra sauce, really make it pop. And we're gonna come in with our straight razor, and you want to be sure with the straight razor that you pull the skin in the opposite direction of which you are using the razor. This is just gonna prevent any cuts, irritation, as minimal as possible. But that enhancement looks very nice. I feel like it matches his hair texture well, and once it's all styled, it just looks a little sharper. And now to get into the trim, we're gonna start off by establishing our length in the fringe. So what you're gonna see me do is use my feather razor, and this is gonna actually trim it while at the same time giving it a more natural look, because a lot of times when you come in with the scissors and kind of blunt cut it across, it looks too straight. It doesn't look natural. It looks more like an Edgar. So the feather razor will kind of break the hair up, texturize it as it trims, and give it more of a natural look and a natural fall. But we're taking off about a ½ inch here at the fringe, and we'll use this fringe as the guideline for trimming the rest of the hair behind it. So that's kind of why I wanted to establish the length in the front. And now I comb the hairs down and I use the feather razor to kind of give it a little more symmetry. But again, we want that unevenness is what makes it look more natural. We don't want it to look super blunt. And now after we establish the length on the fringe, you're going to see me divide the hair into 3 sections. So I'm going to have one in the middle, one on the right, and then one on his left. And I'm using the middle of his eyebrow kind of as a reference point for how wide I want that middle guideline to be. And now we're going to pull up that middle guideline, and the hair towards the end of my finger is going to be where we trim the fringe. So I'm going to just match everything to that length, following that guideline straight back. And then this will be our reference point or our guide when trimming the left and the right side. Very simple, very easy. I'm telling you, there's not much to this. And what you could do if you don't want to point cut while you trim is you can go ahead as you trim the hair and kind of cut straight across, right? Blunt cut it, and then after coming in, texturize it. But I'm kind of point cutting as I trim, so that way I just have really, really nice texture. But I know for a lot of people it can be hard to cut at that angle. So now after we completed that middle section, we're going to take a portion of that middle section and comb it over towards the right, or the proper name for that would be a horizontal section, and we'll trim everything to that middle guideline. So boom, I have my horizontal section on the inside of my fingers where we previously trimmed, and we're just matching it. And if you guys came to the Barber Plug experience this past weekend, man, I really enjoyed chopping it with y'all. I love to hear stories of like people who just found me online and say I inspired them to pursue barbering or start their content journey. Man, keep pushing, keep going. I think my next event is February 16th. That's Education with Purpose in Tampa, Florida, hosted by Tune 45 and Barber Josh OP. So I will be educating on stage if you guys want to come by there. Again, that's February 16th in Tampa, Florida, y'all. I hope to see you there. And now after we did that right section, we're going to use that middle guideline as our reference point for this left side as well. Doing that same exact thing step by step. I'm telling y'all, if you want a nice system of cutting, sign up for Dreclipperhands Academy today. You will not be disappointed. I think it'll just allow you to give out consistent quality haircuts at that IG Instagram quality level that'll really separate you from every barber in the city. So again, if you want to enroll, link in the description, y'all. I hope to see you there. And now after completing the trim, we're going to grab some Tune 45 clay and just work it into the hair while it is damp, because I feel like it distributes through the hair a little bit better. And then once we dry it, it looks more natural. It doesn't look like there's product in his hair because we want that matte effect. So I'm applying it damp, and then after this I'm going to come in with my diffuser, and this is really going to bring out the curls and the texture to give it more of that polished, finished look. And I told y'all my boy gets red, but don't worry, the redness went away about after 10 minutes. But this is the cut, family. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And like always, I will catch y'all next time. Peace. Hey, can I help you? Just like I helped Chris go from, nah, bro, I'm good, to getting texts like, hey, man, when can you get me in? In Dreclipperhands Academy, I help barbers go from no to pro. because it's a lot funner to cut hair when you feel like you're good at what you do. So how do I help you? In Dreclipperhands Academy, I give you the exact systems and processes that I use as a barber of 9 years to give out those Instagram quality haircuts in an efficient manner so you can make the most amount of money. I mean, look at these results. Aiden started off doing chili bow haircuts, ended off giving blurries in just 19 days. And that's my goal, to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be, so that way barbering can give you the lifestyle that you want. But results speak louder than words, so let's get you cutting at that next level and join me in the community. I hope to see you there.